Hi, everyone, and welcome to A+ English. I'm Joe.
And I'm Winnie.
Now, yesterday we started the story of the Bluebird of Happiness. We started off with this family. We had the kids, Tiltil and Midil. Remember, this is a Belgian story, so if the names seem a bit strange to you, blame the author, blame the Belgian guy who wrote the story. But these kids are having a bit of a sad Christmas, it seems, because their parents had no money for gifts. But remarkably, they didn't seem to mind. They thought, well, we can just look at our neighbor's feast. That's good enough for us. We can look at their presents under the tree. These are some good kids. I know most kids would be really mad.
Upset.
They'd be upset. They'd be sad. Christmas, you know, you're supposed to get your new Xbox. You're supposed to get
PS4.
Your PS4, your toys. This is the best time of year, and they get nothing. But something special did happen. They went to sleep, but they didn't sleep for very long. They were woken up by a fairy.
A fairy? What did the fairy want?
The fairy said, "My daughter is sick. You must go find the Bluebird of Happiness." They did have a bird, but it was a dove. The dove was not going to do the trick, so they're going to have to figure out how to find this very special Bluebird of Happiness. So let's get into the story, day 2 today, and find out how they are going to save the fairy's daughter. The Bluebird of Happiness.
Tiltil and Mittel began their adventure. First, they visited the land of memory and saw their grandparents. Mittel said,
Grandpa! Grandma! I thought you were dead.
Grandma answered,
We're not really dead. We still live in your memories.
The children didn't want to leave, but they had to find the Bluebird. Next, the children visited the Palace of Night. One of the rooms was full of bluebirds. Tiltil and Mittel each caught one. However, the birds died as soon as they left the Palace of Night. The children were sad, but they didn't give up.
Word power!
Visit. Visit. The students are going to visit the zoo today. The students are going to visit the zoo today. Memory. Memory. I don't have any memories of my childhood. I don't have any memories of my childhood. Catch. 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 Caught. Caught. Ernie caught the ball before it touched the ground. Ernie caught the ball before it touched the ground. Give up. Give up. Holly won't give up until she finds her missing dog. Holly won't give up until she finds her missing dog.
The story starts off today by saying Tiltil and Midil began their adventure. If you're going on an adventure, it just means you're doing something that is exciting and might be a little bit dangerous, too. It might not be that safe.
Something you don't usually do?
Something you don't normally go and do, not something that you would do every day. First, they visited the land of memory and saw their grandparents. Remember, your grandparents are the parents of your parents, of your mother and father. Okay, so they're the older people in the family. So they went to visit the land of memory, and that's where they saw their grandparents. Okay, if you visit a place, it means you go to see a place for a particular purpose. You're going there to do something. For example, the students are going to visit the zoo today. The students are going to visit the zoo today.
所以 Tito 和 Milo 就踏上这个寻找青鸟的旅程啦。Adventure 可以指冒险、探险，任何你舒适圈以外的事情啦。首先他们就来造访了这个 The Land of Memory。造访、拜访可以是人啊，或是地方，都可以用这个字 visit。例如例句中就是说，学生今天去造访动物园，你也可以是造访人、拜访人。We visited our grandma last weekend. So they went to the Land of Memory. Where is that?The
land of memory. Well, it's some part of this magical land that they are living in. And a memory is something that you remember from the past about a person, a place, or an experience.
Memory 是记忆、回忆，所以 the land of memory 就是主放记忆的地方，就是记忆国度啦。I like the name. It's beautiful. How else can we use this word?We
could say, I don't have any memories of my childhood. I don't have any memories of my childhood. That would just mean you don't remember anything about the time when you were young. Though most people, they would have some memories about being young and playing and meeting friends, going to school, that sort of thing. All those things are memories.
我对童年没有什么记忆，就是这个例句的意思啦。所以在 The Land of Memory 这里 Tilo 和 Milo 才会看到他们的 grandparents。把这个字拆开来，你就一定知道这什么意思啦。Grandparents 就是你的 grandpa and grandma. They are your grandparents, 就是你的祖父母。Since they got to see their grandparents here at the Land of Memory, does that mean they are dead?You
know, I didn't think about that, but yeah, if you remember your grandparents,Usually that would mean they're not around anymore because you couldn't be able to see them. Middle said, Grandpa, Grandma, I thought you were dead. Okay, Winnie, you're right. She thought they were dead. Grandma answered, we're not really dead. We still live in your memories. Yes, that's something nice that you say after people have passed on. You say, well, they're not really gone as long as you remember them. They live on in your memories. And I think that's kind of true.
我很喜欢这一段啦。People who are dead don't mean they are gone forever. They will stay in your memories. 过世的人并不代表就不在了，反而他们会在你的记忆中一直活下去啦。
That's right. That's something we say that's comforting when we lose people that we care about, such as our grandparents. You can still remember them, and you can keep them alive that way. Well, the children didn't want to leave.But they had to find the bluebird.
The bluebird.
Yeah, remember, that's why they're going there.
That's their mission.
That's the mission. That's the goal. Next, the children visited the Palace of Night. Okay, a palace. That's like a castle. That's like a big, giant house that you see in fairy tales where somebody like a king or a queen, a prince or a princess, a member of a royal family might live.
当然好久不见爷爷奶奶可能会很舍不得离开，但是不要忘记我们的任务是要找这个青鸟。So what did they see at the Palace of Night?
One of the rooms was full of bluebirds. Wow, they have a whole room just for bluebirds.
Here are the bluebirds.
Here are the bluebirds, but are these the right bluebirds? That's what we want to know. Tiltil and Middle each caught one. So there's a whole room full of birds.Which one is the right one, they don't know, so they each catch one bird.
It has to be the bluebird of happiness.
It has to be the bluebird of happiness. They're going to try and find out if they've got the right bird.
在这里有个房间满满的都是青鸟。Be full of something 意思就是充斥着、填满着。所以他们找到了这个很多很多青鸟。But did they bring one home and live happily ever after?
Well, first let's take a look at the word.Catch here, C-A-T-C-H, and if we're talking about past, present, and future, it's catch, caught, caught. To catch means to take hold of something, especially something that is moving through the air. For example, we could say Ernie caught the ball before it touched the ground.Ernie caught the ball before it touched the ground.
Catch 这个字是抓住或是接住，比如说狗狗很会接球 Dogs are good at catching balls 也可以用这个字啦。或像例句中提到的是 Ernie 在碰到球以前接住了它。So they did it. They caught the bird. They're going home.I
guess that's it. Is that the end of the story already? We're
done.
They just had to go to the land of memory, then the palace of night, catch these two birds.Is that the end of the story already? Let's find out. The article says, however. Okay, now we know the story's not over. We have a however.
Yeah.
However, the birds died as soon as they left the palace of night. I guess that means they can only survive in the palace. They can only live there in the palace of night because they died. They passed away as soon as they left the palace of night, as soon as they were outside.
They can't die. There's a sick girl that needs their help.
Maybe these aren't the right bluebirds.
That's right. 结果一离开这个地方，鸟儿们就死了。这里我们看到 as soon as， 这里我们要请这个 Magic Box 来帮我们讲一下这个亮点。
Magic Box 找亮点。
嗨，大家好，我是 Celine， 欢迎来到 Magic Box 找亮点。大家知道 soon 是什么意思吗？没错，就是快、立即、马上这样的意思。举例来说，如果你迟到，你朋友会问你 Where are you？ 你就会回 I'll be there soon。I'll be there soon， 我很快就会到了。那 as soon as 跟马上很快有没有关系呢？其实是有一点点的哦。它的意思是一怎样就怎样，也就是 A 事件发生后 B 事件很快就发生，可以用来连接两个子句。as soon as 后面会接上先发生的事情，这句呢是从属子句。另外一句话则是后发生的事情，我们称它为主要子句。举例来说，大家一定曾经在学校上课上得很累，一回家就想直接睡觉。先发生的当然就是回到家，所以要直接接在 as soon as 后方，也就是 as soon as I got home。后发生的呢，就是我跑去睡觉 I went to bed。I went to bed。你可以把 as soon as 引导的从属子句放在前方，那整句话就会是 as soon as I got home, I went to bed。As soon as I got home, I went to bed。 两个子句之间要记得加个逗号。那你是不是想问我，可不可以把 as soon as 引导的从属子句放在后面？当然是可以的啦，只要记得不要加逗号。那你知道这句话长什么样子了吗？可以想想看哦。很好，就是 I went to bed as soon as I got home. I went to bed as soon as I got home。只要以句子为单位去思考，记得 as soon as 引导的子句永远都是先发生的，这样就不会把句子写错啦。最后我们来试试看造个句子哦。我一抵达就会打电话给你。我一抵达就会打电话给你。你知道这句话怎么说吗？我们可以说 I'll call you as soon as I arrive. I'll call you as soon as I arrive.好啦，希望大家知道 as soon as 怎么使用了。那下次不要忘记回到 Magic Box 找亮点哦。我们下次见，拜拜。
Welcome back to the story, everyone. Before we left you for our Magic Box, we had Tiltil and Middle at the Palace of Night, where there's a whole room full of bluebirds. They caught 2 of them. They brought them outside, but
they are dead.
They're dead. They didn't survive. It's actually quite sad. And that's what the story goes on to say. The children were sad, but they didn't give up. Give up. This is a phrase we often use. It means to stop trying to do something. Now, in this sentence, it says they didn't give up. So that means they will not stop trying. But to give up, that means you just stop. You're trying to do something and you say, no more. I can't do this anymore. We could say Holly won't give up until she finds her missing dog. Holly won't give up until she finds her missing dog.
虽然 Tiltil 和 Middle 很难过，但他们没有放弃，因为这个 The fairy is still waiting for them. They can't give up. Give up 这个字连在一起就变成一个动词片语，表示放弃。比如像这个例句中说 Holly 她不会放弃，直到她找到她遗失的狗狗。
Wow, I wonder what's going to happen next. They've come up against this kind of wall. They found the bluebirds, but they're not the right bluebirds. This is not the bluebird of happiness. So they're going to have to keep looking. Luckily, it says they didn't give up. So we know they're going to keep on trying. We're going to find out how they're going to do this, how they're going to complete their mission to find the bluebird of happiness on our next program. Before we leave you today, though, let's go to our wrap-up. Today in our story, Tiltil and Middle, they've come up against some hard times. They found their grandparents, which was kind of nice. They got to see them again in the land of memory. Then they went to the Palace of Night where they found bluebirds, but
Some bluebirds,
not the bluebird that they are looking for. But it said they would not give up. Now, Winnie, let's say you're one of the people in this story. You're Tiltil or Middle. Would you give up in this case?
I don't know. I would be super upset.
Yeah, understandable.
I really want to help, but I have no way. I think I might cry on the street.
You might just start crying and just say, I can't do this anymore?
Just tell the fairy I couldn't do this.
Sorry, Miss Fairy, I couldn't find that bluebird you were looking for. I guess your daughter is done?
No. All right, I would try to solve the problem.
Okay, you'd keep going.
Yeah,
good,
I would cry
good.
first and then try to solve the problem because you have to help them.
Yeah, you have to keep going. You have to keep trying. Okay, so you just have a good cry and then you would go on. You would keep going.
What about you? If you see the right bluebird, how are you going to try to bring it back?
How am I going to catch it? I've never caught a bird before.
You cannot kill it.
I can't kill it, so you have to catch it, kindly. You can't do it roughly. You might hurt the bird. Imagine if you saw the bluebird of happiness, but you caught it and you accidentally broke its neck or something. Oops, sorry about that, bluebird of happiness.
I got it, but it didn't work out. Something happened. It's not my fault. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully they'll be more skilled at catching birds than I would be. We're going to find out again on the next program. Until then, for A+ English, I'm Joe. And I'm Winnie.
Goodbye.
See you tomorrow.
A+ 小聚会。
I'm going to sunbathe for a while and work on my tan.
I'm going to sunbathe for a while and work on my tan.
Oh my, I'm Vina. 今天的小聚会绝对不是在说我吧。I'm going to sunbathe for a while and work on my tan. I'm going to sunbathe for a while and work on my tan. 我要来去日光浴一下，把皮肤晒黑一点。好啦，今天的小聚会呢，一样是 Vina 我，但这怎么好像比较适合我们的 Laura 老师嘞？ Vina 我啊，对于始终无法呈现白皙的皮肤而苦恼。Laura 呢，只是希望自己啊不要这么苍白，可以稍微有点血色。还是先来看一下今天的小聚会吧。一开始呢，我们使用未来式表示自己即将要做某事。I'm going to the beach， 我要出发去海边。I'm going to sunbathe for a while， 我要来日光浴一下。Sunbathe 从字面上看来啊，就是 sun 太阳加上洗澡 bath 的组合字。那么在太阳下洗澡呢，也就是晒个日光浴啦，是不是很好懂呢？不过啊，要特别注意一下 sun 加上 bath B-A-T-H 之后呢，字尾别忘了加上一个 e 哦。Work on my tan 的 work on 有从事、致力于某事的意思，但在这边呢，只是想表达努力晒太阳，把皮肤晒黑一点的意思啦。说到日光浴啊，你就不能忘记因为日光浴而把皮肤晒黑的 suntan S-U-N-T-A-N。刚好呢，我们今天小聚会有提到 tan T-A-N 这个字，是指那种经过太阳曝晒啊而呈现深褐色的那种肤色。这样的肤色还在健康范围里，但如果晒太阳过量而演变为 sunburn 晒伤，那可不好啦。Don't forget to put on sunscreen before you sunbathe. Alright, time for our 小聚会。I'm going to sunbathe for a while and work on my tan. 小聚会再相会 I'll see you soon 啦 Bye
I'm going to sunbathe for a while and work on my tan.
I'm going to sunbathe for a while and work on my tan.
The Bluebird of Happiness.
Tiltil and Mittel began their adventure. First, they visited the land of memory and saw their grandparents. Mittel said,
Grandpa! Grandma! I thought you were dead.
Grandma answered,
We're not really dead. We still live in your memories.
The children didn't want to leave, but they had to find the bluebird. Next, the children visited the Palace of Night. One of the rooms was full of bluebirds. Til and Mittel each caught one. However, the birds died as soon as they left the Palace of Night. The children were sad, but they didn't give up.
Visit. Visit. The students are going to visit the zoo today. The students are going to visit the zoo today. Memory. Memory. I don't have any memories of my childhood. I don't have any memories of my childhood. Catch. 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 Caught. Caught. Ernie caught the ball before it touched the ground. Ernie caught the ball before it touched the ground. Give up. Give up. Holly won't give up until she finds her missing dog. Holly won't give up until she finds her missing dog.